Chapter 10. After dismissal from school, I descended the front steps to find Father waiting for me, sitting on his bicycle near my own in the bicycle rack. I was incredibly grateful for the silence as we rode home. Father must know how difficult and long the morning has been, I thought. I'll be ready to share. Just not yet. The ride home felt like it took no time at all compared to the ride to school that morning. When we arrived home, Father had us park our bicycles by the chapel. Then we entered our house and made our way to the kitchen. Mother was sitting at the table with Hannah, having already laid out plates of lunch for all of us. Each held a sandwich and fruit, a typical lunch, since most of the year it was so hot in the middle of the day that it would be hard on Mother, and the house itself, to add more heat by cooking. I sat down and started eating immediately. I hadn't realized how hungry I was until I sat down, but once I started, nothing in the world could have stopped me. I had finished my sandwich and banana and was halfway through drinking the cool milk, when I noticed Mother and Father looking at me.
Sorry, I was hungrier than I realized.
That's okay, Corban. We understand. It must have been a rough morning for you. Would you like to share what it was like while we eat?
Only then did I notice neither of them had eaten a bite. I nodded, clearing my throat.
The teachers were all very helpful. Even the woman who worked in the front office, she helped me find my first classroom. We have homeroom at the beginning and end of our day. There we just share about ourselves, ask questions about other classes, and the teacher shares some lessons. Today Miss Lopez talked a little about respect. I had literacy, that's reading and writing, with Mr. Delacroix. Today we read a short story that was a little creepy. Then we wrote about how it made us feel, and what were different elements of the story that added to that feeling. After that was life science with Mrs. Hinckley. The class is in the middle of a unit on trees and plants. Today, the lesson was about ways that different trees and plants reproduce. I didn't understand a lot, so I think I have a lot of reading to catch up on in the science textbook. The last class was algebra with Mr. Franco. I think they're actually a little behind where you were teaching me, Mother. They're still gradually working up to figuring out imaginary numbers like X and Y. It was interesting to see how the teacher was preparing them to think more abstractly. I guess homeroom was really my last class. We just came back together, and a few students shared what they liked or didn't like about their day.
It sounds like you had an interesting morning. I know you were nervous about it before you went. How do you feel about going back tomorrow?
It sounded like Mother was hoping I would change my mind, but I didn't think I wanted to. Not yet, anyway. The kids at school were all so different from me, and were experiencing such different ways of life. It was like a spark was lit within my soul, awakening a part of me I never knew I had before. It was like I suddenly had other people I could form relationships with.
Yes, I think I do want to continue going to school. It might not be all good experiences, but I want to learn with other youth, my own age. I find many things they say to be interesting, if different.
A knowing look passed between Mother and Father. Well, Corban, we must get on with our afternoon. Finish your water, and we'll go next door. Somehow I kept forgetting about spending the afternoons with Father now. Minutes later, we were sitting in his office, accessible only through a door at the back of the small sanctuary. Now, I know you understand some of what it means to be the cleric of a chapel. You'll continue to learn more each day. Perhaps we should start with you outlining what you see as the responsibilities of a cleric.
Well, I suppose you lead services every week. You and Mother lead singing. You talk to people when they need to talk. You collect money to send to people in need.
That's an acceptable answer. For now. A cleric should be able to help everyone learn about our Creator more, about his love for us by whatever way he can, or she. The Creator does not discriminate when he calls people to serve him. We have seen that throughout history. His followers and ministers are from all people, for we're meant to reach all people. Do you know why?
Because he doesn't want anyone to perish. That's how much he loves us.
Yes. It is natural for us as human beings to complicate things, to make long lists of what we should or should not do. It all comes back to love. What can you tell me about the concept of the Trinity? I'd heard that word before. I racked my brain, trying to remember when and why. Father had used it several times during his homilies.
I know it has to do with the Creator and the Saviour, but I can't remember why.
Yes. Everything is in some way related to our Creator, even in an indirect way. The Trinity refers to the different persons.
The Creator, Saviour, and Spirit. That's what Trinity means, because tri means three.
Yes, the three persons in one. The different aspects of the deity we worship. Many have explained it by saying they are the three roles that make up his nature, like my different roles are husband, father, and cleric. That probably doesn't even come close to explaining the truth of it, because we actually believe they are separate, but one. Many mysteries in life we'll never fully be able to understand. Father stopped, probably realizing he had begun to ramble. He tended to do that when he started talking about something that excited him. And helping explain something that was confusing always excited him. So the Trinity, Creator, Saviour, and Spirit, was before anything else. Yes, another mystery. They had a loving relationship among the Trinity. This was their driving motivation for creation. They wanted all of creation, including humanity, to share in this loving union with them. Really, this must be understood to discuss anything related to our work. Our conversation is about the responsibility of a cleric. A cleric is responsible for helping others to know this love our Creator has invited them to grow in that love, and to show it to others. Ideally, this cycle will continue and will draw others into this love as well. Only some of this made sense. But one thing seemed clear.
So, everyone who knows this love is called to be a cleric? Aren't you saying everyone should share this love?
Father chuckled. Yes and no. We're to share his love with our community, but there are some he has called to whom he gives more responsibility. You are right in a general sense. Each is given different abilities, gifts we would call them. We are responsible for using these gifts to show the Creator's love to others. Clerics have more responsibility because we have been called to preach and teach, to train others in using their own gifts to share this love. It kind of felt like what I had just been thinking about earlier that day, the new craving I had for relationships with other people. Maybe that's how the Trinity felt when we were created, I wondered. But that's not how it feels at chapel services. I barely know any of the people who attend, and we never see them out in the community, reaching others. Maybe he made things the way they were, just so I could go to school, meet new people, and show them this love. I felt even more certain that continuing to attend public school was the right path for me. Now let's get on with our work for today. Why? It's already mid-afternoon. We've talked away so much time already.
But it was a good talk, wasn't it, Father?
Yes, a very good talk indeed. Let's go outside and stretch our legs with a prayer walk.